you guys, I have been having a hard time and I'm emotional. If I get emotional, it is what it is. This is my house, my camera, whatever I want to say. I have been having a hard time taking care of myself and just keep myself together while I'm going through the first half of this pregnancy. And I've tried to get on camera and give an update about baby girl and just the things that I've been going through, but it has really just taken a toll on me and it's really emotional. And I'm just very hesitant about what part of the process do I want to share, because I know that it's just me being so vulnerable and I haven't been that open on this channel in a while now. You guys have literally saw me from 19 pregnant, single mama, what happened with my second child, baby daddy, having baby in the bathtub. You guys have seen me give birth to all my kids besides Kylan. You guys saw me be separated from their dad. And of course, I never came back and did no, hey, me and my husband are back together. I never, which maybe one day, if y'all want that, maybe we can sit down and talk about that together. Let me know, I don't know. But I never did any of that. So I just haven't been that open in a long time. What do I want to put on this girl? I don't know. For the bouncy house, you want them to be comfortable because she's not bouncing in the bouncy house because she's literally one. But you want her to match. You still want her to look cute. Like this, my daughter. Look, this is like a different kind of purple, but I feel like it'll still do. Not with these socks though. What did I just throw? Now no bumblebee socks. I'm gonna change them socks to some white socks, but either way, when I got my my 12-week ultrasound with baby girl, pretty much it was flagged. They saw extra fluid that was just barely made it out of the normal range, and y'all know that is a marker for Down syndrome. And then they also saw abnormalities in her heart at this time. I've never experienced such a thing. I had an NIPT test done same day, which also came back flagged for Down syndrome, which was a very hard thing for me to hear. All the appointments that followed afterwards. Let me sit down and just tell you guys. Let me just sit down and just video. Wish I would have did it short ways, but I didn't because I didn't plan on, this is not where I planned on this video going. So anyhow, it's not really that straight. I don't know why. Oh, there we go. That's better. So it was flagged. NIPT test came back also flagged for Down syndrome. This is all at 12 weeks. I'm thrown off. They said that it was a 65% chance that she had Down syndrome based on my NIPT test. Of course, NIPT test is not, I think, a diagnostic test, so they can't diagnose her based off of just an NIPT test. So 16 weeks, we went in again for another ultrasound to just look at her heart and also the fluid in her brain, because she had extra fluid in her brain as well, which was also a marker for Down syndrome. So did that. At this point, I was going to get an amniocentesis, which is when they stick a needle into your uterus and take out some amniotic fluid around your baby to get a 99-point-something% diagnosis, because they will really be taking the DNA that I guess she shed out of her skin or whatever. I think her skin sheds off. Don't quote me, not a doctor, but it's a more accurate test to really know what's going on with the child and to be able to really go in and see if she has Down syndrome and where is the extra copy of chromosomes landing, to pretty much be able to predict and or help me or help us know how we can help her, or if she will have difficulties when she's alive. Yes, so I didn't end up getting that because that day that I went in, mind you, I prayed and fasted before and I sought the Lord, and at 12 weeks he had said to me, all is well, whatever, and that can mean plenty of things. All is well. And so couldn't get it because the membrane around her hadn't fused to my uterine wall, so the test was most likely going to break my water. It was a way more likely chance, and of course I would have miscarried her if that happened, because I would have went into labor and I would have gave birth to her. So the doctor literally refused, and I was like, fine. I went back in again for 18 weeks, 2 different tests, one specifically for her heart. This is after my husband and I fasted, prayed. We have community praying for us. Thank God for the people that prayed for us. We go in and they tell me 2 different opinions. Her heart has now developed. It was either a valve or a whole chamber was too small, and then there was fluid there around her heart, and totally fine, no issue at that appointment, and that was great. But they had still said to me she still has extra fluid in her brain, and the doctor had basically told me that the 65% chance of her having Down syndrome has now just went to 90% chance of her having Down syndrome due to that extra fluid in her brain. He was pretty much saying that's a clear marker, that's a clear indication of Down syndrome is present. And all of these appointments were really hard, and all the weeks in between these appointments were really hard. And I've been dealing with this stuff since 12 weeks. And I have really let myself go when it comes to taking care of myself. My emotions sometimes just sit in front of me taking care of myself. I still robotically move. I take care of these kids. The kids are still taken care of, but I could see myself deteriorating and falling apart more quickly because I'm having a hard time feeling the emotions that I feel due to what could be going on. And so here I am at 19 weeks. I did end up getting my amnio during the 18th week at that appointment where they said the 65% chance went up to a 90. I got an amnio that day. My oldest son was in the room with me. It was my oldest son, ultrasound tech, doctor, someone who was helping him, giving him the implements and things like that, and then this other nurse who is following me throughout my whole pregnancy due to me now being high risk because of the markers of the Down syndrome. They were all in there. If you don't know what an amnio is, you can look at it. The needle they cleaned me all up. The needle went in. It's just crampy. It's really not that bad. It's more mentally taxing than it is, oh my gosh, that hurt. At least for me. I gave birth to 4 kids natural thus far, and that's horrible pain. I still handled it, praise God. So I felt worse pains. It was just like a crampy. You see it because the ultrasound tech is doing it, so you see it on the TV if you have that kind of room when you go get it done. I watched it go in there. It's right there by my baby. It was nerve-wracking. I was nervous. I'm very happy that I didn't have time to prepare for it that day, because I probably would have been more nervous if I knew it was going to happen that day, but I didn't. And so I'm very thankful that God allowed it to play how he allowed it to play out. And now here I am just waiting for the results, knowing that the results aren't going to change me having my child or me loving my child or anything like that. It's not going to change that. It's really just for me to know, what should I expect? What should I prepare for? Because I don't know anything about Down syndrome at all. Besides, I really don't know anything about Down syndrome. I don't know the ins and outs of Down syndrome. I don't. And so I just want to know to prepare myself, but emotions still come with it. A lot of emotions still come with it. And I'm telling you guys the whole process of this first half of my pregnancy, because this has been going on the first half of my pregnancy, just to tell you guys why I have just been falling off. And it's actually hard to record because I really do want to come back, but it's really hard because it requires you to be so open when you show your life. I know that some people show their life and they're not real, they're very fake, and it's very commercial and it's not real life. But I have showed y'all my real life. I've showed you guys my real life. I'm not here to come on here to be somebody that I'm not. I've gone through things. You guys have literally, I've recorded while I went through court about having my son. When I got separated from my son, when both of my sons were diagnosed with autism, I've kept recording. You guys have literally watched me go through some of the most vulnerable moments in my adult life, because I've literally been recording for almost 8 years. Now, I've taken a breaks here and there, but I've been on YouTube. This year will be 8 years. You guys have literally saw me go through my adult life. Saw me since I was freaking 19 years old. You've been with me throughout all of my 20s. I'm not here to be fake. God is not gonna bless fake, but it is so hard sometimes to be real, because real emotion come with real life. hearing that your daughter might have Down syndrome, real emotions are attached to that. Being separated from my husband, real emotions were attached to that. My 2 middle sons being diagnosed with autism, real emotions were attached to that. Me being separated from Kylan, real emotions were attached to that. Strong. If you are a mother watching my video, and I went through all of this, I went through all of that within 2 years, I think. Mela was diagnosed May, got the verdict in July, got separated from my husband about 9 months after that. In that same year, Chosen was diagnosed, and that was the end of last year. Coming into this year, I'm getting my daughter probably has Down syndrome. And that was 2 years, coming up on 2 years. No, it just got 2 years in May. That's a lot as a mother to be going through. I'm not in control of anything, knowing I'm not in control of anything, trying not to blame myself for things that I genuinely am not in control of, and then you're trying to understand why when you're talking to God, and am I being punished for something, and then you're probably not being punished for something, and you just really don't understand, but you still have to just let God get his glory through a situation. It sounds beautiful, not when you're the one going through it. It's like the beauty is on the other side of the pain. It's beautiful on the other side of the process. I'm in the process, and it is a hard thing to share, especially when it's happening back to back to back. And I'm the kind of person that really goes inwards and shuts it down, and I'm trying not to do that because I know that God is trying to get me to stop doing that. That's not going to help me, and that's not going to help anybody. Me continuing to shut down. Now, I didn't really mean to ramble on, but maybe that helps somebody what I'm going through. I don't know. Maybe I just helped myself. I really don't know. But hopefully I actually post this video, because truly I just recorded the video this way and I'm just sitting here being chatty Cathy. But it's okay. I'm gonna go because I have to go get my daughter dressed, and then I have to go get Chosen from therapy. But I digress. I'm going through a lot, guys, but I'm trying to start showing back up for myself. You have to show up for yourself before people. And when I started YouTube, it was helpful to me. Let's be for real. It was creative for me. It was an outlet for me. I'm just doing something for me that also just ends up attracting people and helping other people. And that's what I want to get back to. I'm trying to get back to me, but the version of me that God knows. A version of me that I actually never saw. A version of me that is happy. A version of me that is content despite the circumstances. A version of me that takes care of herself. I'm trying to get back to her. Now, I've never met her, but God knows her. Okay? And so, whoever she is, I'm trying to get back to her. And I want to begin to document me getting back to her. And also, I look back at my videos and I see all my other kids, and I have most of their life. And they love going back and seeing themselves as kids. And my younger kids, I pull back from recording so they won't have that. And I also want them to have that because this is their journey as well. So I'm gonna try to come back. I don't know. This was hard for me, guys. As y'all saw, I almost cried a couple times, but I gotta go for real. So bye.